Hi everyone. So it's the end of week 2 of aesthetic school. This week was a shorter week. We just went to school from Monday to Wednesday so that we could have the Thanksgiving holiday off. So we're off Thursday and Friday, and we'll be back on Monday. And yeah, even though this week was short, it was packed with a lot. We did basic facials on each other. We had a test yesterday. Yes, our second test. There's like a test every week. And we also went through the chapter on skin analysis, which is an extremely important chapter because it's something that we'll have to do with all of our clients, no matter what they're coming to see us for. So, yes, in this video today, I'm going to give you all some just a few tips and tricks that I have so far, even though I've only been in school for like 1.5 weeks. I do have some ideas that I think can help you get through or make things a bit easier for aesthetic school because I must say that the aesthetic school is challenging, okay? It is challenging in its own way. Uh, there's so much information coming at you, and you need to pay attention. You need to be organized. You need to keep up with the work. Like, no one is waiting on you. So, here are a few tips and tricks that I have for aesthetic school. My first tip that I've tried this week: get your textbooks on your iPad or some electronic device, even on your laptop, your computer, whatever it is, and bring your laptop or your iPad to school because the textbook that we have, or the textbooks that we have, especially the aesthetics textbook, the big one, it's just so heavy, and I do not want to carry those heavy books around with me. So I have my textbook on my iPad, and I follow along on my iPad in class, and then when I get home, I'll read from the textbook. But actually, today I was listening to the textbook. The listening feature is not that great. Sometimes the person who's reading to you does not know how to pronounce the words, and it's just like, what did they just say? Is this English? So, um, but having the textbook on your iPad, like I have here, these are like client intake forms and stuff like that. That's the part of the chapter I'm on. Having the textbook, this version to bring to school is so much better, at least for me, because I do not want to carry that heavy textbook around. My second tip is when you're studying for your tests, study with Quizlet and study with Kahoot because Quizlet has like hundreds of flashcards that you can learn with on the chapters from the Milady textbook. It's wonderful. Now, don't depend on Quizlet, for your test. You really need to know what's in the book, and everything that's in the book is not on Quizlet. But Quizlet is really a good way to kind of gauge how much you know. So I really like Quizlet. And Kahoot is something that we use in class to kind of review before our tests, and I find it very useful. Whenever I get something wrong on Kahoot, I'll write it down, look for it in the textbook, and make sure that I know it. So I really like Quizlet and Kahoot because they're good at helping you gauge how much you know, how much you still need to study, and yeah, they're great study tools. My next tip is to practice, practice, practice. Practice everything, every practical thing that you learn in school. So, one of the things that I've been practicing a lot is the 15 steps facial massage. Practice it so much that it gets boring, or practice it so much that it becomes second nature. Like you don't even have to think about it when you do it. And I feel pretty good about the 15-step massage. We had a quiz on it yesterday, and it went well. So practice everything. What's the next thing we have to practice? Yeah, we've done basic facial. We're moving on to hair removal. I can't wait. I can't wait for hair removal. I'm ready to remove some hair. Um, I don't know how much I'll be able to practice hair removal at home, but like with my parents, I don't know if they'll allow me to do that. But whatever you can practice at home, do it. Um, you don't even have to practice, like if you have no one at home to practice on, you don't even have to practice on someone. You can practice by studying it, by writing the steps down. That's something I definitely want to do, especially for the basic facial, because I want to get every step down, even to when I put on new gloves. Like, I want to master that. My next tip is to stick to a schedule and limit the amount of time that you spend on things. It's easy to become overwhelmed, I think. At least for me, it's easy to become overwhelmed. So I have to kind of stick to a schedule when it comes to studying, when it comes to reading. Sometimes I can go like for 30 minutes. I don't know if I can go for an hour reading the textbook. I don't know. But what I like to do is use the Pomodoro method. So, the Pomodoro method is when you take 25 minutes to study something, and then you take a 5-minute break, and you do that like 3 or 4 times, and then you take like a 15-minute break. And you can go on the website pomodoro.io. That's pomodoro.io. And it has the timer there for you, and you can kind of limit like your study time so that studying doesn't feel so tedious and long, because like every 25 minutes you get a little break. So I recommend sticking to a schedule so that you don't become overwhelmed. Like, time yourself. Like, if you're going to do something, like, time yourself for 10 minutes and then say, okay, after 10 minutes I'm done. That's something that just works for me, and it helps things become more manageable. My next tip for aesthetic school is have a life outside of school. Pick a day out of the week that you're not going to do anything school related. Excuse me. Pick a day. Sorry about that. Pick a day out of the week that you're not going to do something school related. Wait, who is that? I don't know that number. And don't do anything related to school so you can have a break. Give your brain a break. Like, everything can't be about school. You have a life outside of school. After school, you're going to have a life. You're going to have a work life. It's important to know how to balance those two things, balance personal life and work and study, even while you're in school. So I recommend having a day that you don't do anything school related at all. And I think that will really, that can give you something to look forward to, and that can help you have a healthy school and personal life balance. And my final tip for aesthetic school is, as best as you can, be present. Be present with what you're doing. Try your best not to be distracted. Um, and when I say be present, I mean this. Sure, in the lectures, in the theory part of it, it's kind of hard for me to be present during theory. It really is. Because it's just so much information, and sometimes you just need a brain break. But if taking a break, like standing up, going to the bathroom, stretching your legs, is something that's going to help you be present, then do it. Um, I also, when I say be present, I also mean in the practical things. When you're practicing what you have learned in theory, like when you're practicing a basic facial, focus on what you're doing. Focus on your client, which at first is going to be one of your classmates, but like, focus on what you're doing. Don't look to the left or the right to see what anybody else is doing. You're just going to be more lost. If you don't know what to do, ask one of your instructors. It doesn't matter how many times you ask, like, you're there to learn. So, yes, I highly recommend being present. Focus on what you're doing. Take some deep breaths. relax. It's important for you to be relaxed and calm so that your future clients are also relaxed and calm, no matter what, no matter what happens. So, yeah, those are some tips and tricks that I have for aesthetic school. I hope you all enjoyed them or found them useful. And yes, I can't wait to come with some more videos, some more helpful tips and information. And I just want to thank you all so much for watching my video, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.